Radio Rahim with George Groves, a legendary name in the rivalry business, if you will. And, we missed a storied rivalry happening a month or so back because Conor Ben couldn't turn up. But here I think we've got another kind of two families cooking, and the rivalry got a little bit hot yesterday. Did you get a chance to see the press conference?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces. I'm not sure if I've seen the whole lot because some of it was a bit X-rated, so it might have been, cut. But I always thought it might happen because Smith family in particular, they're fighting people and they don't let nothing slide. So if you say something that they don't like, then they're not going to let it slide. And there's a whole contingency of, I don't know if they're Liverpudlians or just the geezers and guys and dolls from this part of the world where they won't let nothing slide. So yeah, Eubank, he can say something, but these guys are going to jump on it if they don't agree with it. So it's made for a nice, spicy, heated sort of build-up. And Eubank went from like sort of villain at times to being kind of a hero after the Conor Ben stuff came out. Handled his PR really, really well. I don't know if he would want to carry this back into it. Like, is he enjoying the love? Like, because as a fighter, that's one of the worst things that can ever happen. You get the good, the bad, you take it, you bury it, and you forget about it. And you don't want to get accustomed to people enjoying you or praising you. Because this time round, he's getting a lot of stick. They probably both are. But it's interesting. Fight week press conference, this was good.
But why as a boxer would you not want to get used to people praising you?
Oh, because it soon dries up. It soon ends. So there's three forms. There's that one where they love you and they give you loads of praise and loads of love. I had that in the James DeGale fight. I couldn't do nothing wrong. Then you fight Cole Froch and then they hate you and they boo you and they spit on you and they throw coins at you on your way to the ring and that. And then you retire and no one cares.
I care.
And that could be the worst. No, I know you do. But no, that could be the one that struggles with the most. You see a lot of fighters who struggle with boxing, they struggle with their identity, and maybe that's because people just stop caring whether they like you or not. So that's a 3-hour sort of philosophical chat for another time. But the point was just that Eubank has now gone back from like this really comforting sort of love that he was feeling to now back to maybe a bit more what he was used to, but spotlight's on. But they're both getting a bit of heat, I think. So it's good for boxing.
We've all been talking about whether or not Chris Eubank winding up Liam Smith has been working, and is he under Liam's skin? Is it possible that Liam, in the 11th hour on the almost last day, turned the tables? Has he maybe rattled Chris a bit with that?
Yeah, yesterday the bit I saw, I thought I made Smith come out on top. And I know Liam Smith from a distance. Obviously I boxed two of his brothers, but we're the same age. We used to be on like England squad, GB squad, go back nearly 20 years now. So, and he always had that air of like, look like he'd be wound up, And when you hear stories back in the gym, he acts a bit like a grumpy old man at times. Oh, okay. And that kind of like I can kind of get that. He's the second last. The second youngest of a fighting family. So I thought he might bite a little bit more in the build up to this, but I think he has stayed pretty calm and cool, concentrating on the job at hand. And then yesterday at the presser, then I thought he done well. I thought he came across really well. I thought he rolled the dice and said something controversial, un-PC, to try and get under Eubank's skin. If you're going to do that, you want to hope that it pays off. And you never know whether it truly does, but it might have.
Well, I'm going to let you get on to the weigh-in, but last question. We talked about identities. They attacked each other's identities yesterday. I wonder the way you've talked about the different in the crowd appreciation or vilification of you. Now at this stage, what's your identity? Who's George Groves now?
Who knows? We'll figure it out one day. I'm content being no one, yeah? No, you're still the fighter. You're a fighter through and through. You retire and you think, I'm going to do something else. And it turns out, fuck me, I only know boxing, man. I'm a fighter through and through. So I get kind enough to show up at these places and talk boxing. I'm still going to be the boxer. And I get a lot more love now, radio, than I used to, which is really nice. So I think I can show a little bit more personality. And then hopefully, well, I don't know, the personality, it's got to be good, but when you can, then you're all good. So
Well, I'll tell you from the outside, I think you've gotten the hero role again. People think you're happy, you're always pleasant, and then Carl Froch, seems a bit biting at times. So yeah, I think you're the fan favorite this time out. Maybe if you chin him in the pre-fight, they'll cheer for you.
Yeah, maybe. Froch might think he's got one more fight in him. I've seen him on the ground the other day. He's back in the gym. It's our 10-year anniversary this year, so if he has, I want him to give me some notice. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not getting him to get the slide on me.
Let's
So I'm a
go.
podcaster now. I want you on the show, Rahim. We'll get you on the show soon, talking about all things boxing. So that's what we do now. That's me.
Yeah, I would love to be on the show, and I would love to do the post-fight interview for the 10-year anniversary fight. Radio Rahim with George Groves.